Man, I think it's the next step up mentality as far as players. Our shifts keep changing. Everybody doing a different role, and so I think we all got the mentality where you give and you sacrifice, and I think that's what y'all see.
The Indiana Fever just pulled off something no one saw coming, and they did it without Caitlin Clark on the court. They faced a hungry Dallas Wings team fresh off a brutal loss to the Sparks the night before. Everything pointed to disaster. A crowd of 20,049 showed up expecting to see Clark go head-to-head with Paige Bucher for the first time in the WNBA. Instead, they witnessed something even more remarkable. What happened in those final minutes will change the way you see this Fever team forever, and what Aliyah Boston said after the game. 6 words that perfectly captured why this win means everything. If you support the Fever, comment, "I've got the Fever" down below. Let's go.
Yeah, I think for us, it's about knowing that basketball is a game of runs, and they made their run in that third quarter, and honestly, just continue to stay composed and take it each possession at a time is something that we've been working on, and so for us, that was our focus, is get a stop, go down and score, get another stop, and we try to get a kill.
Picture this. A massive build-up had the entire WNBA world talking. Clark versus Bucher. The no. One pick from 2024 against the top pick from 22-5. This wasn't just another regular season game. This was the matchup everyone had been waiting for. Since draft night, the Dallas Wings knew they had something special on their hands, so they made a bold move. They shifted the game from their usual home at College Park Center to the massive American Airlines Center, the same arena where the Chipola Senju same arena where the Semina. So Mavericks play. Think about that for a second. You don't move a game to a 20,000-seat arena unless you know something huge is about to go down. Fans started buying tickets like wildfire. The buzz was electric. Social media lit up. This was going to be the showdown that shattered attendance records and proved to the world just how far women's basketball has come.
Finding out this morning that we probably need to hold out again today. It really is a day-to-day thing, and I think for us, making sure that we're prioritizing her long-term health and wellness. It's anybody who's had some of these types of injuries understand that sometimes it's a process. She's a quick healer, and she's been doing everything that she can to get back on the floor. So we just want to make sure that we're hypersensitive to the big picture.
Then, boom, Caitlin Clark's groin injury flares up just 2 nights before the game. The most hyped matchup of the season suddenly turns into a giant question mark. Thousands of fans had bought tickets specifically to see these 2 stars go head-to-head, and now the main attraction might not even step on the court.
A disappointment for them more than anything, because you want them to see her at her best and us at our best. I hate that for fans, but at the same time, again for us as a team, and for Caitlin as a person and player, her health and wellness is the priority.
But here's what made the whole situation even more intense. The Fever had just been absolutely destroyed by the Los Angeles Sparks the night before. We're talking about a team that looked completely lost without their star running the show. Pace was sluggish. The ball movement was non-existent. Aliyah Boston could barely get a touch. Everything that makes Indiana dangerous, the speed, the spacing, the flow, completely fell apart without Clark on the court.
The biggest thing for us is our attention to detail in our screening. We've got to be great screeners. We got to make sure we slow down and use our screen, and our spacing. We've had some games where our spacing has been poor, and that has not allowed Kelsey to get downhill, and it hasn't allowed space for Aliyah to get going either. So I think that the 2 most important things for us right now offensively is attention to detail and screening and spacing.
Dallas was absolutely licking their chops. They knew exactly what happens when the Fever play without Caitlin Clark. The offense slows down, becomes predictable, Aliyah Boston gets iced out, and the whole system starts to collapse. This looked like the perfect chance for the Wings to make a statement against a wounded, reeling team. But here's what nobody saw coming. Even with Clark not confirmed to play, 20,049 fans still showed up. That's right, they set a new Texas women's basketball attendance record without the main attraction even guaranteed. To take the floor. Let that sink in. That's the power of this rivalry. That's the power of women's basketball in 2025.
We'll start Ari today. We'll start her and bring Sid off the bench a little bit. I don't want to take Kelsey out of what she naturally does instinctually on the wing and overload her from a point guard perspective. So with having Ari and having Sid, they'll give us a couple different looks right there.
The Wings walked into that game thinking they had a wounded animal backed into a corner. But then, boom, Coach Stephanie White throws everyone a curveball. She starts Ari McDonald for the first time all season, completely reshaping the lineup and catching Dallas completely off guard. No one knew what to expect from this new look. What happened next revealed something about this Fever team that even their most loyal fans didn't know was there. The stage was set for either a total meltdown or something absolutely magical. And then it happened. The first quarter tipped off, and the Fever didn't just survive without Caitlin Clark. They exploded. Ari McDonald came out like she'd been shot out of a cannon. She was flying up the court, pushing the tempo like her life depended on it. This wasn't a team clinging to life. This was a team with fire in its veins and something to prove.
Charles can't finish.
Gotta finish that.
Oh, beautiful pass. McDonald counted in one.
Run.
She's getting everyone involved in ways that make you forget Caitlin Clark isn't even playing. Dallas came into this game with one goal: shut down Kelsey Mitchell. That was the game plan. Stop Mitchell and the Fever collapse. Simple. But suddenly, they're dealing with Ari McDonald's relentless downhill attack, and they're completely unprepared for it. She's slicing through the defense like a knife, collapsing the paint, kicking out to open shooters, and drawing double teams left and right. She's creating absolute chaos for the Wings, opening up, passing lanes and driving gaps that haven't been there all season. It wasn't just a change in personnel. It was a whole new identity.
Can't finish.
As a big, you gotta lean in. You can't be falling away.
McDonald has been outstanding.
As a big, you've got to lean in. You can't be falling away. And Ari McDonald? She gave her bigs every reason to fight for position. McDonald was outstanding. And here's what makes it even more incredible. She went perfect from the field in the first quarter. She wasn't just launching shots. She was making smart, surgical decisions that opened up the floor for everyone around her. She dictated the tempo, controlled the pace, and orchestrated the offense like a veteran point guard with something to prove. The Fever came out and hit their first 7 shots in a row, 7 straight buckets to start the game. You don't see that kind of execution in the WNBA, especially not from a team missing its superstar. This wasn't survival. This was a statement. The Indiana Fever weren't just playing without Caitlin Clark. They were proving they could thrive without her, if only for a night.
Inside, can't get it. Lee Yu-Ru can't. Here comes Natasha Howard. 9-0 run for Indiana. Lexi Hull carries the 3.
It seemed that
You got to get out on her, ladies. She's shooting 51% from beyond the arc.
this is a
Aliyah Boston finally starts getting the touches she's been starving for all season. You could see her confidence grow with every possession. For once, she's getting the ball in the right spots, deep in the paint, in rhythm, with space to operate. Why? Because the Wings are terrified of Ari McDonald's speed. They have to hedge harder, rotate quicker, collapse faster, and that opens up the floor for Boston to go to work. She's scoring efficiently, dominating the glass and moving like someone who's been waiting for this moment to arrive. This wasn't just a good game for Aliyah Boston. This was a reminder that when you feed her properly, when you actually play through her, she's still one of the most dominant bigs in the league.
shooting to open the game. The Wings are only 2 of 14. Howard lobs it inside Boston, and Maisha Hines-Allen got lost. Allowed for the easy 2.
And you challenge Natasha, and she's going to get in the paint. And so the defense has to step up to protect the drive, and now she puts that air on the ball, and AB is able to finish that shot at the rim. That was beautiful.
The crowd that came expecting to see Clark vs. Bucher's is witnessing something completely different. They're watching a team find itself right in front of 20,000 people. This I assume. T about one player carrying the load. This is about 5 players moving as one unit. Every cut is sharp. Every pass is crisp. Every possession has purpose. By the end of the first quarter, Indiana leads 33-13. Let that sink in. They outscored Dallas by 20 points in just 12 minutes. And here's the wildest part. Even Dallas fans are standing up and applauding the basketball they're watching. You never see that kind of respect from a home crowd, unless they know they're witnessing something special.
This is what they do.
Yep. Sometimes you're going to have some back-to-back games. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get in the gym and practice. You got it.
Huh.
Good night.
And again, the veteran schools the rookie.
Mitchell starts heating up during this stretch, but she's not forcing a thing. The ball movement is sharp, the rhythm is flowing, and the offense is creating easy looks for everyone on the floor. Mitchell racks up 10 points in the first quarter alone, but she's doing it within the flow. She's not hunting shots. She's letting the game come to her. This wasn't just about replacing Caitlin Clark's production on the scoreboard. This was about the fever, unlocking something deeper, a new version of themselves, where everyone contributes and the burden is shared. They had built the foundation for something truly special, but the real test was still coming, because that early blowout, it didn't last. This is where the story gets really good. Dallas starts clawing back hard. The comfortable lead begins to shrink. Fast. The Wings adjust. They figure out how to crack Indiana's defense. Suddenly, the shots they bricked in the first quarter, they're falling now. The momentum shifts. You can feel the tension in the building. Fever fans go from riding high to holding their breath. And then Paige Bucher's takes over. She puts on an asterisk absolute masterclass. She finishes with 27 points asterisk and makes WNBA history with a stat line that leaves the entire arena in awe. 25-plus points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 0 turnovers, no one in WNBA history has ever done that in a single game. That's not just a great night. That's the kind of performance that wins games and changes careers.
Paige is just such a smart player. She reads defensive well. She knows how to pick you apart. And so when you play against her, you have to make sure that you're aware of where she is at all times. And also she does a great job of putting her teammates in great position. So for us, I feel like it's kind of similar in college and in the league. Like Paige is just playing great basketball and making sure that she sets up her teammates for the same.
The Wings cut the lead to single digits, and you can feel that familiar panic creeping into the arena. This is the moment where Indiana usually falls apart without Caitlin Clark. The pace slows, the ball sticks, players start pressing, making rushed decisions, taking bad shots. Everything that went wrong against the Sparks the night before, it's starting to rear its head again. But then Kelsey Mitchell decides she's not letting this one slip. She flips the switch and goes into full takeover mode, hitting shots that would make Caitlin Clark proud. Step backs, pull-ups, floaters through contact, buckets on command. Mitchell drops 32 points and dishes 7 assists, shooting a red-hot 110F17 from the field. But it's not just the scoring. She's making the right play every single trip down the floor. Reading the defense, controlling the tempo, getting her teammates involved while still carrying the load. She's not just putting on a show, she's running the offense like a true leader.
Every little thing matters.
Mitchell gives it up. Natasha Howard, beautiful shot. Howard with a double-double of 12 and 11. Indiana by
Aliyah Boston comes up huge in the clutch dot when the Fever absolutely needs stops. She's there. When they have to extend a possession, she skies in for the rebound. She's anchoring the defense, owning the paint, and doing everything a championship caliber big is supposed to do. Boston finishes with 21 points on 9 of 14 shooting, knocking down all 3 of her free throws, but her impact goes way beyond the box score. She's doing all the little things, the gritty, unglamorous, game-winning things that elite teams demand from their stars. And the crowd? They're losing their minds. This isn't just a basketball game anymore, it's a battle of wills. 2. Teams trading haymakers like a heavyweight fight. Possession after possession, shot after shot, nobody flinching. Neither side wants to give an inch. The energy inside the American Airlines Center is electric in a way that only happens during those rare, unforgettable games.
Yo, great job. Okay, great job. We weathered a storm. We found some toughness in the fourth quarter to be able to get stops and to execute, right? We grew tonight. I mean, it really, everybody just good stuff, okay? Good stuff all around. It's a big time win for us on a back-to-back at the end of a tough road trip, so good stuff.
Hey, one more. Coach's 100th.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Together, 3, 1, 2, 3.
With just minutes left on the clock, Aliyah Boston scans the crowd and spots them. Scattered all throughout the arena, surrounded by a sea of Wings fans, are pockets of Fever jerseys, and something clicks in her eyes. You could see it later. She'd explain it in the simplest, most powerful way possible. Every game is a home game, because those fans, that energy, it travels, it lifts, it fuels. It reminds this team exactly who they are and who they're playing for. And in those final minutes, it's Boston and Mitchell who come together to deliver the knockout punch. They combine for a clutch, fearless push that seals the 94-86 victory, a win that shouldn't have been possible on paper, but was undeniable on the court. The fourth quarter belongs to Kelsey Mitchell. She slows the game down when she needs to. She speeds it up. When the defense stumbles, she makes every single play the Fever need to close out the win, like a seasoned vet who's tired of being underestimated. And then comes the moment that defines it all. Aliyah Boston steps up to the microphone after the game. Reporters are circling with questions. What was it? Like playing without Caitlin Clark? How did you handle the pressure? How did you pull this off? Boston looks directly into the camera and says just 6 words. Asterisk, asterisk. Every game is a home game. Asterisk, asterisk, and just like that, everything clicks. The energy, the confidence, the way this team played like they belonged on that stage, it all makes sense. This wasn't just a win. This was a declaration. The Indiana Fever aren't here to ride one superstars wave. They're building something bigger, something real.
Fever fans today at the game, what does it mean to you to just have their presence with you wherever you go?
Every game is a home game. I think you see that. People show up, they show out. I think it's great for this league, just people continuing to come to games and watch, because I think when people show up to watch a game, they might have came for one person, but they leave liking many more. And so I think that's the way you look at it, right? You've had this arena that's filled and people are coming in, they're like, whoa, I like her, she's tough. And so I think it's just great for the game.
It's not just hype anymore. Fever fans travel everywhere, no matter the city, no matter the arena. They bring that same electric energy. You could see it during the game. Those red and navy jerseys scattered all throughout the crowd. The cheers growing louder with every big Indiana bucket. The standing ovations erupting from sections packed with fans who made the trip from Indiana just to support their team. This wasn't just about winning without Caitlin Clark. This was about proving that the *** bond between the Fever and their fans runs deeper ** than any one player. Aliyah Boston said it perfectly after the game. Sure, fans might come to see Clark at first, but they leave loving the whole team. And that's exactly what happened with it. 20,049 people in attendance. They came for Clark versus Buchers. But what they got was something even more powerful. They saw a team find its identity. They watched players rise to the moment when their star wasn't there to carry them. They experienced the kind of basketball that turns first-timers into lifelong fans.
Likewise, I take pride in wanting to see people I've never seen before. So when you see different players that you admire and they want to support us, it's kind of like, oh man, they actually take heed to what we do and what we bring to the table as a league. Like she said, you kind of appreciate the fact that people want to watch us play, and it kind of brings confidence to the game, so to speak. So it's a really good thing.
Kelsey Mitchell echoes that exact sentiment in her post-game interview. She talks about how the team's confidence skyrockets when they spot those Fever jerseys in the crowd, especially in enemy territory. Mitchell explains how that support makes it easier for them to get downhill, attack the rim, and create open looks. It's like a feedback loop. The fans energize the players, and the players give the fans something to believe in. And that's when those 6 words, "every game is a home game," go from just a quote to a rallying cry. Because this night wasn't about one superstar. It was about identity. It was about family. It was about a connection that can't be shaken by injuries, losses, or outside noise. It was about fans who believe in something bigger than just Caitlin Clark. Boston's words captured something real, something powerful. This team isn't just building chemistry, they're building culture. When your fans travel with you, create home court energy in every city, and ride through the highs and lows by your side, you're not just chasing wins, you're building something that lasts.
Did you kind of feel a sense of urgency there that the team responded to, I guess?
Great use of the word urgency. That's honestly been the topic of conversation for us, is making sure that we have a sense of urgency on the offensive end, on the defensive end. And once again, leads did slip away in this game and last game, but for us it's about making sure that we turn that page, we get back the lead, we keep it, we get big defensive stops. And you understand, once again, it's a game of runs, and you just have to make sure that you have the best one at the end.
This win wasn't just about beating Dallas. It was about the Fever discovering they're built for something special. In 2025 and beyond, they've now pushed their record to 8-8, climbing to 3rd place in the Eastern Conference, just 2 games behind Atlanta, 4 behind New York. And here's the scary part for the rest of the league. When Caitlin Clark comes back healthy, she's returning to a team that just proved they can step up when it matters most. That makes Indiana dangerous. Next up, the Commissioner's Cup Championship against Minnesota. After that, a crucial 5-game homestand in Indianapolis. The future looks bright, not just because of one player, but because they've built something real, something unbreakable, something *** unstoppable ***. If you support the Fever, drop a comment below. ***, I've got the Fever. ***, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a moment. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.